It is now 6:01 p.m. and we are here for our Neuse Charter School Board of Directors meeting. I'm going to start by establishing a quorum by calling the roll. Chris Kaiser. Jason Geit.
Here.
Nicole Booker.
Here.
Jeremy Pierce.
Here.
Benji Woodard. I don't think Benji is here. And I know Lindsay said she would not be able to be here tonight. Having established a quorum, I now call this meeting to order. I will begin by reading our ethics statement. Conflict of interest reminder per NCGS 138A-15E. Board members are reminded that it is our duty to avoid conflicts of interest and the appearance of conflicts of interest as we handle the work of this board. Does any member of the board know of any conflict of interest or any appearance of conflict with respect to any matters coming before us at this meeting? If so, please state them for the record. Hearing none, if during the course of the meeting you become aware of an actual or apparent conflict of interest, please bring the matter to the attention of the meeting chair. It will then be your duty to abstain from participating in discussion on the matter and from voting on the matter. Next, we'll move on to our approval of our March 2025 meeting minutes. We can read those aloud, or if everyone's had a chance to review them, I'll entertain a motion to approve the March 2025 minutes.
So moved.
We have a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, I will do vote by roll call. Chris? I think you're muted, Chris.
Aye.
Okay. Jason?
Aye.
Nicole?
Aye.
Jeremy?
Aye.
And I will vote aye as well. Motion carries. I don't believe we have any public comment this evening.
No, ma'am.
And I don't believe we have any guests. Do we have any guest discourse? How about correspondence from our authorizer?
Not from OCS, no.
Okay. And then we'll move on then to our superintendent report.
Okay, well, good evening, everybody. I want to close the loop really quickly on two things from our March 31st meeting. The grievance policy, I do not have feedback on that yet, but it will definitely be ready for the June handbook. And Ivy camps, we approved an after-school program for the start of the new school year in August, and there were questions about whether they could possibly offer summer camps and or full daycare during teacher work days. And the answer to both of those questions is yes. So we are going to look into those possibilities and those options. Obviously, it's too late in the year to try to do summer camp now, but in 26, 27, well, 26 summer, we can probably get that going. So we're very excited that both of those are a yes. I think that's going to make it even more attractive for our families. And I wanted to close the loop on those two things before I started. I have two things for you this evening. One is the second read of the strategic plan, and then our mid-year and our end of the year MAP data. So I presented to you the strategic plan at our meeting. It was like 3 weeks ago. Feels like it was just yesterday. And I made some of the adjustments, including putting page numbers on there. So that's kind of important. And had asked for you all to take a little bit of time and review it. Let me know what you think. Are there anything that you would recommend or suggest that we revise? And if there are no recommended changes, we can get this approved and published this evening.
Any discussion, questions for Dr. Blackwell on the strategic plan? Dr. Blackwell, the font of the page numbers looks different from the
It is.
It's all right.
I couldn't fix it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I am sure it is possible to change the font. It just was not very intuitive. So I can certainly fix that, or have someone who's better at formatting than me have a crack at it. But I saw it too, and I tried.
No, to me it looks good, and it sounds really good too.
Thank you.
I agree.
Well, then I would love to ask for board approval to put this into action, and we can get it put on our website.
If there's a motion and a second, we can have further discussion as well.
I'd like to make the motion we approve as presented.
We have a motion to approve the strategic plan.
I will second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the 2025-2030 strategic plan. Is there any further discussion? Does anybody need a few more minutes? Are we ready to vote? If anyone needs a few more minutes, let me know. Otherwise, I'm calling for a vote. Okay, I will go ahead and we will vote by roll call. Chris?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Nicole?
Aye.
Jeremy?
Aye.
And I will vote aye as well. Motion carries. We now have our strategic plan.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much. I am going to share my screen now, but what I'm presenting to you is also linked in my superintendent report in the drive if you want to open it and see it on the screen. Window. Here we go. Let's see what happens. All right. Can everybody see that? A little bigger.
Now I can see it.
Okay.
You might need to make it a little bigger when you get to the data.
Sure. Okay. So typically I present to you the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and end of year map reports in separate board meetings. However, because we had to move up our map testing because of the way that the end of the year fell and spring break, I went ahead and put it all together for you. I think also this is a better way to report it because you can immediately see the growth between middle of the year and end of the year. And included in this is those data points, and then also the final projections for our EOG performance from both our end of the year map data and from EVOS. So you'll be able to see those as well as I go through it. So we'll start with the scores. Okay, do I need to make this bigger?
I think I can see. There we go. That's great.
Good? Okay. So the top are the actual scores. The bottom is just a different way to look at them. But the national norm is red. Neuse Charter School scores are blue. This is middle of the year reading. So you will notice that anything in green is either met or exceeded the national norm. And you can see that of all of our grade levels that took this test, I gotta move this, only third grade did not meet or exceed the national norm in reading middle of the year. End of the year in reading. Now it's flipped. Third grade met it, but first grade missed it by a point. So again, consistency across grade levels, continuing to grow and improve those numbers. But first grade reading was just a point short. But everybody met or exceeded the national norms for reading, which is really, it's really exciting to see that. Because we have been working tremendously hard on literacy in particular. Moving on to math. Neuse has historically struggled more in the area of math and reading. So these numbers are not too far out of the realm of what we are normally seeing middle of the year. So middle of the year for math, we had 3rd grade, 4th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. That 7th grade should be a 223, not a 22. So sorry about that. So that's what that looks like middle of the year. And then end of the year, much better. Much, much, much better. They are meeting or exceeding it in everything but 5th grade, and 5th grade missed it by 1 point. So middle of the year, we had half. End of the year, we had all but 1, and that 1 just missed it. So we were really excited to see that improvement over the second half of the school year. Now we have our projections, and these are predictions of how we will do on our EOGs based on our end of the year MAP performance and the EVOS data. And here's what it looks like. There is no EVOS prediction for 3rd grade reading because there is no previous year testing to generate that prediction. So that is why there is a blank space for EVOS for 3rd grade. But MAP is predicting proficiency levels as what you see here. They're very closely aligned in 4th and 5th, somewhat in 7th. 6th and 8th are a bit of a different prediction. So we're interested to see what that's going to look like. But the total across the board for MAP, that total projection is about 59-60%. And then EVOS has us at about 58-59% for reading. Just for reference, last year we were at 57%. So either way, both of these projections are already higher than how we performed last year. So that's also encouraging. Moving on to math. Again, there's no EVOS projection there. But this is MAP and EVOS. Again, you can see that there's a bigger discrepancy in these numbers as opposed to reading. And, that could be for a variety of reasons, but mainly I would think that it's because EVOS only has testing data for the students who took an EOG the year prior. And we've had a large number of students who have come to us from private schools that do not take the EOGs and from homeschools who do not administer the EOGs. So that it's not apples to apples here. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why it's thrown off just a bit. But again, they're both projecting us at about 51-52% proficiency. And for reference, last year we were at 49%. So again, still moving it forward. Obviously, it's not at the pace we want it to go. And again, these are projections and predictions. Anything can happen. But this just gives us an idea of, what we can expect or what we will likely be able to produce in the coming weeks with our test scores. And then finally, because you all approve a calendar that includes time for us to meet with parents, it's always been important to me to share with you the number of conferences that we are able to hold during that time, that dedicated time. And so I would like to show you these numbers. I also put on there the number of no-shows just because that number is pretty staggering in middle and high school. So I wanted you all to just see that the no-show column are meetings that were scheduled with two-way communication and confirmation, and then they didn't happen. So you can see the effort that has been put in to continue to communicate with parents, to talk about grades, to talk about attendance. And in Q1, a total of 315 families, and in Q3, a total of 378 families. So I wanted to make sure I shared that data with you again, because you give us time to have those conversations. And that is the quick version of the middle of the year and end of year map data report. We will start our EOG testing May 5th. And the last 2 weeks of school will be EOGs and EOCs. So I will entertain any questions that you have about this, if you have any.
So for the last slide, you showed us quarter 1, quarter 3 attendance. Those are the families who attended some kind of conference.
Yes.
Okay.
And you said EOGs and EOCs start May 5th. Is that right?
EOGs start May 5th, and then we'll do EOGs, and then the following week are the EOCs. So the last 2 weeks of school is all testing.
So talk a little bit about what we're doing to the last push.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of things that we're doing. We have been offering after-school tutoring since February. So we used the middle of the year map data results to determine who would be invited to participate in those tutoring sessions first. Once we got, the acceptances or the declines from the families, and we continued to pull kids from the based on their scores. And the tutoring program, I think, has been really, really successful. I've got kids that don't want to leave tutoring. They're so excited about it. They have so much fun with it. I know in particular, Miss Roycroft, Miss Jones, there's a lot of people that are just, giving it everything they've got. And we're offering that 3rd through 8th grade in both reading and in math. Beyond that, the last 3 Mondays, we have offered what we've called mini Mondays. And those are just practice EOG environment prep, if you will. We learned that over the years, we have to be better at preparing the kids for what's coming. And it's already stressful. They're already nervous. Some of them don't sleep well because of it, or they don't eat well because of it. And so the more we can get them into that environment, the more their comfort level will rise. And so the last 3 Mondays, we did it today, from 8 to 9 o'clock, when our 3rd through 5th graders come to school, they go into an EOG testing environment. They have a practice EOG through SchoolNet, and they just get comfortable with what's going to happen. We have some really awesome things that we're going to do between now and May 5th. That's going to include some of the lower grades adopting some of the older grades, making posters, writing them letters, cheering them on, giving them encouragement. We're going to give them a pep talk on the 2nd, of which is Friday, before they go home. We've asked the parents to write letters to their children that they can open on the day of the test. Just, I believe in you. You've got this. Continuing to help change that narrative that can be really prevalent in the younger grades of this determines who I am. And that's not true, but it is important. And so we've done a lot of the social emotional supporting. We've done a lot of the academic supporting. And at this point, a lot of the classrooms now are just really heavy into EOG review with SchoolNet, IXL, and using some of the published EOGs from years past.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Dr.
thank you.
Blackwell.
Yeah, thank you for sharing all that. I know y'all working really hard.
Yeah, we are. And it's hard whenever they come in, and especially the 3rd graders, because they've never done it before. And we know that impacts their score because they don't know what to expect. So these mini Mondays is helping them to know what to expect. And I think they have been well received, and the kids are more and more comfortable. And hopefully the week of May 5th, they will be ready to go. Any other questions?
Thank you, Dr. Blackwell.
Sure. Do you want me to just roll right into finance?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, oh, that's little again. One more. There we go. This is our March budget report as of March 31st. We had a budgeted surplus of $435,808.98. We are going to talk about that in the Finance Committee meeting. So just hold tight with that, because up until now it said $7,000. So that's a big difference. We'll talk about it. We have received almost $1.5 million of the local revenue that we are expecting, and it's a little over $500,000 left that we are owed. And then you can see down there at the bottom our account balances for operations, contingency, retirement, and petty cash, all totaling a little over $4.5 million. So we are doing really well. I think that's it.
Any questions on the financial report?
Not on the financial report, but Brad, how do I get out of this sharing my screen? This looks different. Sorry. Brad. Oh, stop presenting. Found it.
There it is.
Okay.
You beat me to it.
Okay, is that it for the financial report?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to our standing committee reports. Governance Committee, don't believe met. One thing I will go ahead and say is since we're on the Governance Committee, during the June meeting, we will need to vote on terms and also officer positions. And I went through, give me 1 second. Get my, give me 1 second. Okay, so for 2-year terms, we will need to vote on Lindsay, Jeremy, and Jason. For individual single year terms will be Benji, Nicole, and myself. And Chris is in his first year of his first 2-year terms, so we won't need to vote on Chris this go around. And of course, we'll also need to vote on officers as well. So if there is anyone that, if you know that you are not planning to continue, if you can email Nicole and copy me, that would be great, so we can kind of plan moving forward. And then also, if you're interested in serving in any of the particular positions, president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, just let us know that as well, and so we can vote on that in June. And I think that is it. Any questions about that? Okay, moving on. Financial Oversight Committee.
Okay, so we met on April 17th, and just an update to an ongoing kind of item that I don't think is in the minutes, but want to give you all an update on is the financial policies revisions that we have put through and kind of edited multiple times. I did have a chance to talk to Jay Sharp. His office can look that over and make sure that everything matches up. So I know we had some concerns about making sure that we matched up with all the documents that we have. And Jay's office finance committee kind of okayed, and Amanda was going to send those over to them, and he's going to look at that and make sure they all match up before we bring it back to the board. So that was one item. Then Amanda joined us, and she and Dr. Blackwell went through the FY25 adjusted budget. Note that the budget was originally approved with approximately a $7,000 surplus. This adjusted budget is projecting an end of the year surplus of approximately $450,000. So as usual, we have been very good stewards of the money and are excited to offer some details of kind of what that. There was a proposal made to the finance committee that we approved it and would want to bring to the board of how to use some of that adjusted budget. So I think we need to, well, I don't know. I'd like to try to go through everything at one time, but that's probably not the best way to do it. So in the folder, you will find that there's a list of things that will go towards that revised budget. Make sure
Jason, is that where it says that the things that you're recommending, is that items like under Part B, where it says details below and all those particular Roman numerals?
It's additional items 1, right, Melissa?
So it is number 1, A, B, and all of the items underneath it, including a link
Thank you.
as the very last item that we are asking to remain not public right now. So the things that are listed, we can share with you and talk about if we need to. But that very last item that's an active link that says additional items 1, if we could not dig into that.
We're not gonna vote on that tonight?
No, we need to vote on it, but I would hope that everybody can look at it and understand.
Okay. Give me just a second, and I'm reviewing that, and I'm sure everyone else is also, but so take time to do that.
And apologies, I was looking at the wrong document. I was looking at something that had other stuff. So thank you, Melissa, for the assist.
These are all really great, fantastic things
Yes.
we are going to be able to do, and things that we have wanted to do for quite a while. And in finding out that we had this surplus that we did not expect, felt like this was the right time to do some really great things for our campus and for our people.
And Jeremy and I met, and we went through this list pretty exhaustively and asked enough questions to cause Amanda to want another cup of coffee. So
Just one cup?
I mean, I'm not sure how many more she probably had, but I know that Jeremy and I asked plenty of questions.
It was almost 2 hours. Almost a 2-hour meeting, but I appreciated it because I knew when we were done that everything had really been reviewed and checked.
Well, can I go ahead and make a motion to approve the 25 adjusted budget items?
You may. So we have a motion, I guess, to approve the fiscal year 2025 adjusted budget.
But Jason and I can't second it, correct?
True.
Okay. It's all on you, Mr. Kaiser. You're muted.
I will second that motion.
Any further discussion? Okay, I will go ahead and call a vote by roll. Chris,
Aye.
Jason,
Aye.
Nicole,
Aye.
Jeremy.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well. Motion carries. So the fiscal year 2025 adjusted budget is approved.
So next is the 25-26 budget proposal. Scroll down to make sure I'm reading the right place there. So we need to approve that initial budget, which again, we have reviewed and asked plenty of questions and approved in Finance Committee. Originally, it was approved with $7,000, or I'm sorry, the FY25 was the $7,000 surplus. This FY26 initial budget projects an end of the year surplus of approximately $90,000. And again, there are some sensitive things in there. I think that I would ask for board members to review, and some good stuff, all good things, and not trying to hide anything, but trying to make a surprise. How about that? I'll say that much.
Yeah, we want to make sure when we share this that we're sharing it at the same time with everybody. And there could be somebody watching tonight that, might get a little early information. So I know if they are, they're probably like, what is happening? But it's all good.
All good.
Folks are thinking that we're hiding stuff, but I promise you, it's not anything. It's not anything bad we're hiding. I know that.
No, it's fantastic. We're so excited.
And again, as you guys review that, just credit to Amanda and Melissa for looking at. I mean, there's lots of things going on in the world, roller coasters in the economy right now, and they have tried to build and account for things that I don't know that all schools are thinking of right now. So,
Yeah, big plug here for Amanda Heifel. Just tremendously talented and exceptional.
Yeah, she does a whole lot.
Mhm.
let's don't blow her head up too much, guys. Come on now.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the initial 2025-2026 budget as presented.
Okay, I will second the motion to approve the initial budget for 2026, 25-26.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will go ahead and call for a vote. Chris,
Aye.
Jason,
Aye.
Nicole,
Aye.
Jeremy,
Aye.
and I will vote aye as well. Motion carries.
And then I know we've got to do so contracts for 25-26 are also attached. While we just approved the FY26 initial budget, these are approved in there, but I think we actually have to approve these separately as well. So that those consent or consent agenda contracts are there. Again, very minimal for all of our external partners. Pretty minimal increases across the board, and all things have been accounted in the budgets.
Was everyone able to click on the link to see the list of contracts?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I will entertain.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve the contracts for 2025-26 as presented.
Okay, I will second that motion for the contracted services for 25-26.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. Chris,
Aye.
Jason,
Aye.
Nicole,
Aye.
Jeremy,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye as well. Motion carries.
And then Melissa, just for clarification, do we have to approve the scales?
No, that's built into the budget you just approved.
That's what I thought.
Mhm.
Just verifying. And that concludes a rather eventful Finance Committee report.
Finance Committee has been very busy.
Yes, thank you all.
Okay, risk management, Benji is not here. I don't believe risk management met. Facilities Committee, do we have anything from facilities?
No report.
Okay. And we don't have anything from Strategic Planning Committee.
No.
Any other unfinished business? I don't see any here on the agenda. We don't have any new business. We don't have any ongoing board development and self-assessment at this point. And it's my understanding we do not need closed session tonight. Okay. Well, we do not have a meeting for May. Am I correct about that? I think that's right. So our next meeting will be in June. And I think just remember we need to vote on terms and officers at that meeting. And that concludes our agenda for the evening.